You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Hello, and thanks for joining Revolution 250, where we look at events that took place 250 years ago this week. This is from the American Revolution Podcast, just a short bonus episode to remind you about these important anniversaries from the Revolutionary War. This week, we remember the Proclamation of Rebellion, which was released on August 23, 1775. One of the big issues for officials in London was the delay in receiving news from America. It wasn't until late summer that news of the Battle of Bunker Hill arrived. Officials also received the Continental Congress's Olive Branch petition. Leaders in Philadelphia had hoped that British officials might fear that things were getting out of control in the colonies and that they'd be willing to sit down and work out a political compromise. Instead, officials in London went in a different direction. They believed they had gotten into this mess by being too soft with the colonies, and that the colonies needed a lesson in who is the boss in this relationship. The king issued a declaration of rebellion, calling on his government to crush this behavior through military force. So here is the full declaration released on August 23, 1775. Whereas many of our subjects in diverse parts of our colonies and plantations in North America, misled by dangerous and ill-designing men, and forgetting the allegiance to which they owe to the power that has protected and supported them, after various disorderly acts committed in disturbance of the public peace, to the obstruction of lawful commerce, and to the oppression of our loyal subjects carrying on the same, have at length proceeded to open and avowed rebellion, by arraying themselves in a hostile manner to withstand the execution of the law, and traitorously preparing, ordering, and levying war against us. And whereas there is reason to apprehend that such rebellion hath been promoted and encouraged by the traitorous correspondence, counsels, and comfort of divers wicked and desperate persons within this realm, to the end, therefore, that none of our subjects may neglect or violate their duty through ignorance thereof, or through any doubt of the protection which the law will afford to their loyalty and zeal, we have thought fit, by and with the advice of our Privy Council, to issue our royal proclamation, hereby declaring that not only all our officers, civil and military, are obliged to exert their utmost endeavors to suppress such rebellion, and to bring the traitors to justice, but that all our subjects of this realm, and the dominions thereunto belonging, are bound by law to be aiding and assisting in the suppression of such rebellion, and to disclose and make known all traitorous conspiracies and attempts against us, our crown and dignity. And we do accordingly strictly charge and command all our officers, as well civil as military, and all others, our obedient and loyal subjects, to use their utmost endeavors to withstand and suppress such rebellion, and to disclose and make known all treasons and traitorous conspiracies which they shall know to be against us, our crown and dignity, and for that purpose that they shall transmit to one of our principal secretaries of state, or other proper officer, due and full information of all persons who shall be found carrying out correspondence with, or in any manner or degree aiding or abetting the persons now in open arms and rebellion against our government, within any of our colonies and plantations in North America, in order to bring to condign punishment the authors, perpetrators, and abettors of such traitorous designs. Given at our court of St. James, the 23rd day of August, 1775, in the 15th year of our reign. God save the King. Around the same time, the government decided to recall Thomas Gage as the military commander of North America, giving command to General William Howe. Gage had been sent only 1 year earlier, with orders to get tough and enforce the Intolerable Acts. Officials realized that Gage's policies just weren't tough enough. London prepared for a full-scale invasion of the colonies as an example of the full force of the British Empire. it would take more than a year to organize and move these forces into place in what would eventually become the Battle of Long Island. In the meantime, word of the Proclamation of Rebellion reached America by the fall. This only furthered the view that the king was unwilling to broker any compromise, and the movement for full independence only picked up steam. I hope you've enjoyed this Revolution 250 moment. For more of the story, please visit your favorite podcast platform, including Apple or Spotify, and subscribe for free to the American Revolution podcast.